Hi guys, welcome to एस बॉलीवुड। प्रेग्नेंट आलिया भट्ट, शेफाली शाह और विजय वर्मा के साथ नेटफ्लिक्स की अपकमिंग फिल्म डार्लिंग्स की ट्रेलर लॉन्च पर पहुंची। आलिया भट्ट इस फिल्म की डायरेक्टर भी है। आलिया भट्ट ने येलो कलर की लूज ड्रेस पहनी हुई थी। मीडिया ने जब आलिया भट्ट से रणवीर सिंह की वायरल फोटो के बारे में सवाल पूछा तब आलिया ने कुछ ऐसे जवाब दिया। आइए देखते हैं आलिया ने और क्या कहा।
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. आज मैं बहुत excited हूँ, बहुत nervous हूँ, पर क्योंकि I'm not only here as a actor, I'm here as a producer, and I have to thank Gaurav and Red Chillies for being so supportive of this idea and actually pushing me to do this along with you as a producer. So thank you so much.
Pleasure is all ours.
इटर्नल सनशाइन प्रोडक्शंस है मेरे प्रोडक्शन हाउस का नाम। बुटीक प्रोडक्शन हाउस है। इट्स स्टिल वेरी क्यूट एंड स्मॉल, बट द सिंबोलिज्म इज सनशाइन। तो मैं आज आपके लिए सन बनकर आई हूँ।
और शाइन तो आप हमेशा ही करती हैं।
आई होप,
Yes.
बट लिटरली आई हैव कम ड्रेस्ड लाइक द सन फॉर यू। I have taken over.
No, as you should. I promise you, between you and me, they rather listen to you than me.
No.
So it's totally fine. No, but Alia, this is great. We have tons of conversations to make over here. We want to know more about the film, the fact that you're a first-time producer, and to many, many more. But most importantly, this film wouldn't have been possible without a really important person. And I'm going to let you do the honors to invite her on stage.
Yes. So, this is Jasmeet K. Reen's first film as a director, and I really want you all to give her a lot of love and the hugest round of applause, because without Jasmeet, none of this would have been possible. Eternal Sunshine may not have happened in the year of 2022 if it wasn't for Jasmeet. So without further ado, I want to bring on our darling director, जिसको मैं director साहब बुलाती हूँ और वो मुझे producer साहब बुलाती है. But director साहब, Jasmeet, please come on stage, and please guys give her a big round of applause.
Excited. It's my first film, so it's very, very special. I want to thank Eternal Sunshine and Red Chillies for giving me the freedom to make this film the way I wanted to, and giving me a fantastic cast and crew to be able to collaborate with. So thank you, and hope we've all made this with a lot of love. Hopefully you will enjoy it.
Well, there's only going to be love and more love and more love pouring in, because there's only talent and more talent and more talent that keeps pouring in on stage today. Yes, I have no words for this one, but powerhouse performer. I know I'm stating the most well-earned cliche in the business, but she's all that and much more, guys. Put your hands together for the one and only Shefali Shah.
Woo!
You look wonderful, as does everyone else. How are you feeling to be on stage today for Darlings?
First and foremost, hello, darlings. I'm so happy to be here to share stage with such amazing people. And Jasmeet, Alia, Gaurav, everyone, Netflix, Monica. I mean, this would not have been possible without anyone, and who's going to come and join us soon. So I really hope y'all feel as much love for Darlings as we did and we do for it. And thank you for being here. And yeah.
Absolutely. And yes, she cued me into calling our next favorite star. Find a great film and put him in it. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Vijay Varma. You look absolutely dashing today for many reasons. And I'm hoping that the most important reason is Darlings. How do you feel about being on stage today for such a wonderful film?
I feel very good about this, but at the same time, I'm very, very nervous and partly shivering inside these
Why?
layers.
Why? Why are you shivering inside so many layers?
I think I have like a fear of public talking.
Okay, so I don't
We
know.
can't
now
get
if
rid
I
of the
say-
public.
Now, if I say something, I sound wrong. If I don't say anything, I sound wrong. So, would
नहीं,
I
तुम
should I
करो
give you a
अपना काम.
hug? Will that be right? Or मैं करूँ अपना? ठीक है, मैं करती हूँ अपना. But बातें तो करनी पड़ेंगी.
Yes,
So,
I'm
you
ready
ready?
for that.
Yeah, at some point. But before we get down to the talking, I'd like to call back Monica, Shergill, and Venki on stage, please, before we start having a conversation about this wonderful film. Monica, before we let you sit, guys, this may be a really wonderful time for a photo op. Sorry, if we can come together for a photo opportunity.
बाद में ना चेयर वेयर निकाल
ठीक
के
है,
फोटो
ठीक है.
वोटो करके हाँ
जैसे प्रोड्यूसर चाहे. You know, lots and lots of conversations to be had, but firstly and most importantly, Alia, Gaurav, I'd like to start with you. You know, how did this, I mean, no pun intended on the word, but how did this marriage happen between Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine?
As I said earlier, we narrated this film sometime in 2019, November. I had met Reshma for some other work. I briefed her, okay, we have something that we want to take it to Alia. I briefed her about 2 lines. And by the evening, I got a call, okay, we want to know more. This is exciting. And me and Jasmeet went to narrate the film. And by the end of it, I think we could see the excitement throughout the film as the narration progressed. But by the end of it, we just didn't have an actor, but we also had a partner producer. And that's how it started. It's that simple as...
So, you know, Alia, when he says that, did you already think that you were on the verge of becoming a producer, and were you waiting for that one script, or was it because the script came forward to you and then you were like, okay, now I want to turn producer? Which way was it?
It kind of happened at the same time. Darlings came to me और जब narration शुरू हुई मैंने सोचा हाँ अभी मतलब दिखते कहाँ जा रहा है because I didn't know what the film was about. I was totally blank slate, and actually 2019 when I met Jasmeet and Gaurav, I had a very packed schedule. But I have this thing I was like, listen, I will listen to every script and hear every narration or read every script because you never know. Cut to the story started. It started like a normal story, normal. Suddenly it just shifted gear and how, and I was like, from here I was here, and I was like that the whole narration, which is I was like so surprised, and I'm very rarely surprised. So then I was like, okay, one second. We have to do this. And then very naturally, I was like, okay, listen, I think I would like to be a producer on this as well. And Gaurav at that moment was extremely supportive. He was like, that's a fantastic idea. We must do this together. And then Shahrukh called me and he said, मैं usually co-produce नहीं करता, पर मैं तेरे साथ करूँगा. और बहुत मज़े करेंगे. बहुत मज़े करेंगे, and it'll be quite good, and it'll be one for the memories. And recently he saw the film and he messaged me and he said, in typical Darlings lingo, thanks you, Darlings, for doing these movies.
So I'm assuming that by the 6th of August, all of us are going to be speaking more in plural.
I hope.
Remember that one, guys. Yeah, all reviews in plurals, which also means many, many stars, guys. No, you know, and then because we're on the subject of hearing the script for the first time, Jasmeet, I'm going to come to you. What was it like? Like, did you think that, okay, while you were co-writing the film, obviously you've been with the film longer than anyone has. So did you think at that point that, hey, were you writing it hoping that Alia comes on board? Or what was it? Like, how did this happen? Because, you know, it's the first time. Everyone starts and thinks that, hey, we're going to cast Alia Bhatt in a film. But you had it. You got her. And, you know, and she said yes instantly.
No, I just gave my best shot to Alia Bhatt. But when we were writing, I had an idea of a mother-daughter finding their place in this male-dominated world and trying to set the daughter's marriage on track with her husband Hamza, because they love each other, but there's something off with them. And we co-wrote the script, me and Parvez, and I took it to Gaurav because I was writing something else for him. And he liked the script. And then we just took it to Alia.
Liked is an understatement.
Sorry, say again, Gaurav.
Liked is an understatement. So when we got the script, see, Jasmeet and we were working on something existing IP of ours. We wanted to contemporize it.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, we got the script and we rotated the script around. I read it, Vikram from our team read it, and a couple of us read it. Next day we met in office. Everyone was like, wow, this is something. And that was like, then, it's like probably in 12 hours we decided, okay, this is something that we want to pursue.
So at that point, you're like, wow, this is something, chalo Alia ko phone karein.
Of course.
That's great. I mean, that's how great work happens, you know. I mean, that's great. And I feel like this everyone's come together in like between 12 and 24 hours. I want to ask, you know, all our other actors that as well. Shefali, when you were given the script, like what was your first and initial reaction when you read it?
I actually didn't take 12 or 24 hours. I think I took around 12 minutes post the narration and reading the script.
Explain to us, what was the room like?
One, I thought it was, I still believe it's one of the best scripts I read. And it's a very poignant story, but it doesn't have a moral of the story, which is always a little harder to digest. It's funny, it's wicked, and the character I play, I mean, it's a genre I've never done before. And the character I play, I mean, I think she's a cracker. And like just said, I mean, there's something, everything totally off with the mother-daughter. Yeah.
Sorry, totally off with the?
With the mother-daughter.
Oh, with the mother-daughter,
Yeah.
okay. Guys, okay. And then minute 12 into the script, you were like, yes, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, this is amazing. Like, I'm so excited to watch the film, just hearing the fact that the narration was this for you. But I also know that Vijay, who's known for his dancing skills and his acting skills, I heard a little birdie told me that Vijay did a happy dance as soon as he got a call saying, you know, aapki picture, Jasmeet's going to be directing and Alia is going to be producing. So, should we start with a happy dance? Yeah, we should see it.
I want to see Vijay, please.
Yeah.
Have to.
Was it the moonwalk?
Come on.
ये मीटिंग कब हुई जब तुमने डिसाइड किया कि ये होने वाला है
ये
मेरे
जब
साथ?
जब आपने हमको बैक स्टेज पे बोला था ना कि नेहा मेरे से सब करवा लेना डांस मत कराना so I'm just doing that.
Dance karo, darling.
Does everybody want to see Vijay's happy dance? How he reacted? So he had the script and then he
Guys,
moonwalked and he swung.
मैं मर जाऊंगा लेकिन मैं डांस नहीं करूंगा.
विजय ऐसे ना कर यार.
Only if I'll follow the steps that you do.
Okay, I'll do the moonwalk in 4-inch stilettos.
चल.
Chal. Ready? तो फिर चलना. Well done. No, but more importantly, Vijay, what was your reaction? The moonwalk, of course, is legit. That's his way of saying yes. But apart from that.
So when I read the script, I knew this script is absolutely fabulous. It's unlike, it's radical, it's weird, it's whack, it's electric, it's filled with humor and so many things. But I was very scared to take this part up.
Why is that?
You will find out. So then I had to take a couple of meetings with Jasmeet to understand if I can, whether I will be able to, and what is it that I need to bring in, and all such things happened. And then very gently and very nicely, Jasmeet got hold of me and then got me into the film.
Grateful.
Wow. You know, I think that this one was quite an smart and intelligent process of getting you. And when we see you in the trailer, Vijay, it's like every bit of you, I feel like it like belongs there. You're so good, even in the trailer. I know it's got a much larger message, the film, but as a performer, you look amazing, as always.
I think I only must have come up with it. कोई है नहीं यहाँ पे credit लेने को तो मैं ही ले लेती हूँ. There is a film called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of my favorite movies. But actually, that's not the reason. The reason is I believe movies are eternal. And I love sunshine. Even if you see me on Instagram, because that's the only way people see me right now, or if you have to see me, I'm always using the sun emoji. So I love sun, I love the sunshine, and I believe the warmth that the movies and cinema gives us is eternal. So eternal sunshine.
How nice. And, we're on the subject of titles. So, many different titles must have come up, or was Darlings your first choice, Jasmeet?
There's a dialogue in the film which came first, and I can't give away spoilers, but there is somebody who calls somebody. Yes, there. So after that, I decided the film should be called Darlings. So that's how it happened. There were no other titles before, no.
And it's great when you see a great teaser and a great trailer, and then you see the wonderful cast. You just know that it fits in completely. Venki, I'm going to just ask you about a little more about, when Gaurav said that you heard about the film right up 12 hours later, you were ready to make the film. So what is, from the point that Alia comes on board as producer, and of course, I know that there's, a tick when it comes to her being an actor as well. From there, how do you come along, and then what is the process of getting up to Netflix? How did that happen?
Well, to start with, when the narration was given to us, to the internal team, I think it's fair to say all of us were blown away by just the strength of the story. And then when Gaurav mentioned that, the unanimous view was that it should be Alia, and, the thought for us immediately was, she's so busy, is she going to be aware, all that, and then we were talking with SRK and whatnot. So, you look at this, the people sitting here, and of course there's a bigger team there as well. This was a no-brainer for us, and it was like, if we can bring this together, it is just unbelievable for us to be able to make it. And it's also consistent, like I made the comment earlier, in terms of some of the direction that, Shah Rukh gives us, and the latitude he gives us to be able to diversify and do different types of genres. He does his own thing, which is great, it takes a life of its own, but we were thrilled with the kind of support that he gave to us and the encouragement for that. And I think the moving parts, as I mentioned to you earlier about what Red Chillies, what we have put together in terms of the creative team and the production team and marketing, etc., etc. So it all has come together, so really fingers crossed, and couldn't be happier with where we are today, and, kudos to the entire team here.
Absolutely. And what's up next for Red Chillies Entertainment?
Well, I think every project that we do really gives us a lot of encouragement and energy to take the next step. There are lots of things in the pipeline. These guys have been really busy, but we really want to enjoy this and take it, as they say, be in the present. So we are trying to be in the present right now.
Yes,
thoroughly
absolutely.
Enjoy this, and then we'll see, but there's a lot in store.
That's wonderful. Alia, I'm going to just come to you. There are going to be a lot of questions that are going to open up from the press later, but as a producer, what's been your hardest day on set, and then what's been your most fun day on set, just as a producer?
On set, I'm only an actor. In fact, sometimes they would be like, we wanted to shoot this film in a very tight schedule. We shot it in 42 days. Also, it was just after the second wave. There was a fear that, anything can happen again. And also Shefali's dates and Vijay's dates and all the combination and all of that. So there were days that were overpacked. Like, we were doing a lot of work in one day. And I was like, क्या कर रहे हो यार, एक और दिन use करते हैं, थोड़ा सा, move it to tomorrow. We're not being able to get the time to think. And the first lady literally told me, like, you're the producer, you should not be asking for this. Like, just do as much work as you can in one day. And I was like, no, for me, I'm on set, I'm always an actor, and I don't think that producer thought even came to my mind. But post the film, after we wrapped the film, usually as an actor, you move on to your next film and then you're cut off and then you just join in when the film is releasing. I couldn't cut off. And I consider myself above anything. I don't understand the numbers, but I will always be a creative producer. So I was only involved in the creative part of it, and Jasmeet was really lovely, extremely welcoming with my overbearing opinions at times. But we had such a lovely time doing this together, and it's made me learn so much about the movies, and I always had so much respect for every department and everything that goes into making the movie, but I think it's gone even more now because I've literally been there behind the scenes.
Yeah, and what you said about cutting the cord when it comes to, finishing a film and then coming back for promotions and attaching yourself again to a film, as opposed to this one, it'll always be yours, and which is you know, as a producer, it just means so much more. Shefali, Vijay, what was it like? Look at, I mean, when I see all of you together, powerhouse performers. I've said that in your introduction as well. There's nothing that you do which is not like 1,000 on 100. And what was the process like? Like, was it a lot of rehearsals, or you would just go straight into the scene? What was the atmosphere on set like?
So we did a couple of readings, and Jasmeet had spent a lot of time in Baikala. I met somebody who was from there. I mean, she got me to meet this person. I just wanted to understand the lingo, and I just wanted to get a feel of it. And I think the similar process happened with Vijay. Of course, he'll tell you how it went with him. And, but I mean, I'm a spontaneous actor, and I think everyone here is. Also, you can't over-rehearse. That's what I believe. Yes, we would do our reading and we'd block, but then once the camera goes on, I think there's just something that happens.
It's magic.
It's magic, completely.
Especially when I see the trailer, it's magic. It's not always magic. When it comes to, sometimes you see something and you know that, okay, this isn't. But when the three of you are together, or we haven't mentioned even Roshan Mathew, who's not here today. He's busy, and I'm sure he would have loved to be here, but he's not. Very integral part of the film. But you know that there's magic being created.
Yes, and I have to tell you the atmosphere on set. I mean, there were days we could have wrapped around 2 hours earlier if we didn't laugh so much in between scenes. Because we keep cracking up and then like, Achabhi, please, let's do the scene. It was like, Just was indulging us like children, and then she was like, please, let's like get on with it. But a complete blast.
No, it really sounds like it goes from intense to like, understanding the world to then having such a great time and overstaying on a set. Vijay, was it similar for you, or were you like, no, this is Alia and this is Shefali, and, I'm going to have a different process here?
No, not really. I mean, we, as Chef said, we really like to come a little prepared to the set, so we know what we're going to do, but we always leave some room for like, something might happen. If there is a mistake that happens, and if it is something that we like, we want to keep that. And stuff like that happened a lot on this set. In fact, we did end up cracking up a lot more than we should. Little process was a little different for me. If you can see in the trailer, I have to meet a certain pan, a certain belan, a certain hand.
Vijay was tied up to the chair a lot, so a lot of the time the shot used to get over and we used to all get up and go, and he's like, koi mujhe kholo yaar.
No, I really wanted to, but I mean, no spoilers here, so I don't want you to give me any answers you don't want to. But at some point when I saw the trailer, I was feeling bad for you, Vijay, because I was like, bahut pitai hui hai na?
Yeah, but I got paid for it, guys.
Actually में पिटाई नहीं हुई.
अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ? अभी fine, ठीक है, then it's a good answer. I was going to actually draw an analogy, but I won't. Monica, just from where I see it, and this is great, like between Red Chilies, Eternal Sunshine, there's Jasmeet, there's Vijay, Shefali, everybody here. And then to be able to have everyone come together and also encourage a very important and a new voice like Jasmeet. It's like, how did that happen? And you were like, okay, this is it. I want to do this.
Thanks, Neha. This is a great question because the answer is bursting out of me, literally. I think we are a film crazy country, and I really, sort of feel excited about the fact that on Netflix, globally, films in India are the most watched format of entertainment. So films, Indians watch more films on Netflix globally than any other country. We are always on the lookout for most amazing films. And I think Darlings came to us at a time when we had some really interesting cinema, like really coming on the service. Alia's been, if I may say that, this would be, I can confidently say that, her hat trick on the service after Gangubai and RRR.
Yay!
Yes, and the way those two films have gone global on Netflix, because
everyone in the far corners of the world, anyone with access to Netflix has, like we've seen the way those films have done on the service and the way they've been spoken about. Much of it is on social media also. And when Darlings came and when Gaurav brought it to us, and it's always been a wonderful partnership with Red Chillies and with Gaurav and Venki and with Shahrukh. And when we heard about the film from them, the fact that the script was so amazing and so powerful, like it just ticks all the emotions that you can have. It hits you in the right spot. It leaves you feeling. A lot of times films, you've had a journey and you liked it and you move on to the next film. I feel Darlings is that film which you'll enjoy a lot while you're watching and you'll carry it with you because of the performance of Alia, Shefali, Vijay, Roshan, who's not here today, but like what a cast, and all the other people in the cast, and the way Jasmeet has directed. I think she's such a special new voice. And as Netflix, we are always looking out for those new voices, and because that is how you can really take good stories and make them into great entertainment for people. So I think that journey is something which we've loved, and I mean, all of them sitting here, it's a matter of pride and honor to be collaborating with them on this film.
Absolutely, and just to be able to, like you said, there's a fresh new voice. You have everybody, no one who's new to the streaming platform, whether it's Red Chillies, Alia, who's in for a hat trick, and I mean Shefali and Vijay.
Can I just add
the
Shefali?
Great work. Yes, that was
Shefali
just a great work. That anything that I see, Shefali over there, Alia, Vijay, it goes into like my favorite list, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it because she's in it, or he's in it, or she's in it. Because there's also faith as a viewer that you have in all of them.
No, and Shefali, I mean, most of you would know, she's a very, very loved artist on the platform. She is Vartika from Delhi Crime. Vijay has done a brilliant season on Netflix in She. So, and of course, like I said, Alia, hat-trick.
Should we take?
I'm just going to ask my last question, and you're not going to take each other's name or say Darlings or Netflix for that. One-word answers, please, before we open it up to the press. We'll start with you, Alia. What? Who's your darling?
Who's my darling?
Yeah.
I can't take anybody from the.
No chance.
Okay, so the media is my darling. All the paps, number one, and then everybody else.
I wanted to say that.
This Alia, na, I tell you. Okay. Shefali, will go with you.
She took my answer.
That was my answer.
I mean, this is what I mean. Like, they asked me to play a game, and I'm like, ये सब एक दूसरे को इधर-उधर करते रहेंगे, and they won't do anything. Good thing we didn't play a game.
हम तीनों की तरफ से एक ही आंसर है. Me, Chef, and Alia.
नहीं, क्यों मेरा खुद का आंसर है?
Media is my darlings.
देखो ऐसे नहीं है. Vijay, come on, somebody come up with another.
It's not feeling original now.
Yeah. And please, no repeat.
It was original in my mind.
I have a feeling Venki's got a great answer. Come on, Venki, come up with it. Who's your darling?
I think it's just me for bringing it to life.
Oh, sweet. But ठीक है, वो disclaimer था पहले, but ठीक है.
Venki broke the rules.
Your turn now.
I'll take it beyond just me. I think the team which has put it together, we worked through 3 waves, a lot of Zoom calls, and to bring it to this stage, when we were prepping on Zoom calls, which was surprising, and I think a lot of narrations happen on Zoom. And
So Zoom?
The entire team which has got it together. The entire,
Or charger.
the entire team, the entire team, the production team, the creative team, we had a lot of assistants who have given a lot of time and energy. We shot this film in bubble, so yeah, for them, I think they're the darlings for this one.
Trust a serious, powerful man to give an answer like that, but ठीक है. Monica.
अभी बहुत प्रेशर हो रहा है मुझे गौरव बोलने का, तो इसलिए मैं बोलूँगी गौरव, but also my team at Netflix who has worked with Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine, I mean day and night, and really thanks to all of them for making the whole promotion thing such an action-packed and wonderful journey.
Jasmeet, we'll come to you.
The film and
Okay.
everybody who's part of it.
Vijay, have you answered?
Yeah, I think Mr. Shah Rukh Khan is my darling.
Oh, nice. Shefali, we'll go with you. Last but not the least.
Roshan, he's not here,
Okay.
so I can take his place. But he is
Smart.
a
All right.
complete darling.
Okay, fine. All right, guys. So, I mean, that's me taking you through the trailer of Darlings, the wonderful cast, director, streaming platform, producers, many producers today. Let's have a huge round of applause for each and every one of them. And now we could open the house out for questions or
Turn producer with Darlings.
Thank you.
On a fun note first, tell me, has anything changed in you as an actor after you turned producer, like something, a practice that you've started following or unfollowing?
You gotta love the girl. Look at her.
I'm thinking. I don't think so.
No,
No.
it's seamless.
No. As an actor, I will always be. No. Nothing's changed. No.
And now that you've turned a producer, Alia, with a story like this, tell me how important was it to have that female gaze, because this story is so sensitive, and thankfully you had a female director too. But as a producer, what were your inputs to it, and do you think being a producer, the female gaze will come out in your future projects also?
See, I don't understand this male-female gaze. Gaze is gaze. Achhi ya buri, matlab, or correct ya wrong. So, the fact that it is written, Jasmeet and Parvez have together written the script of Darlings, and it's directed by a female director, but I don't think that has anything to do with the fact that the story was still, it's where the stories come from. So that's like the more of the creative gaze. And my gaze is more of just instinctive, the way the audience will enjoy it. So that includes male, female, baby, everything. So, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Jasmeet, I wanted to ask you, there are very varied characters in the film. Tell us about that, and if you can pick your favorite.
Very tough question. How do you pick up your favorite character?
I cannot. Yeah, it's like choosing between your own children. I cannot pick my favorite characters. I love and adore all of them. I mean, not just Badru, Shamshu, Hamza, and Roshan, who are here, but the other characters also. So I cannot pick. So I love all of them. Sorry.
All right, we have our next question right here. Would you like to borrow my mic?
No, it's okay. She can
Hello,
hear.
how
Hi,
are you?
How are you? Doubly congratulations.
Double or triple?
triple. Sorry, triple congratulations.
Specify what?
we also
your
need to
marriage,
specify-
Because I'm very confused when people say congratulations.
Your marriage, A, and B, you've conceived, God bless you, and turning a producer. Congratulations
Thank
for all
you.
these three. Okay, you have an appetite for taking a risk, be it choosing roles, and this being your first production, turning a producer, you have turned very risky. Has this been inherited from the Bhatts, especially Mahesh ji?
I guess. I think maybe it is in my upbringing to go for something very brave and something different. But I also feel like your first film as an actor chooses you. Somehow my first film as a producer as well has chosen me. It just came to me and it just felt. So it's not like maine brave decision li and then I went seeking for Darlings and I caught it. It came to me. It was a brave script to write and a story to write. And it was just exciting and an honor for me, in fact, to take it up.
Vijay ji, how was it getting dhoped by Alia?
Duptungi Alia se. Okay. How do I answer this seriously?
Don't answer. Seriously. First say I did not hope you.
नहीं ऐसा हुआ नहीं है कि सच में लगा हो. Both Shefali and Alia are very capable actors that way. And अगर मैं किसी से मार खाता तो I would only choose these two people in life.
So sweet. That's such a sweet answer, Vijay. Moving on. Next, we have this wonderful. Yeah. You want my mic? Is there a mic traveling there?
Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Swati from The Quint. Firstly, congratulations. The film, the trailer looks phenomenal and it definitely has everyone's interest. My question is to Gaurav. This feels like a many first for Red Chillies, collaborating with a debutant director, Jasmeet, who's done a phenomenal job. There's Alia Bhatt, who turns producer with this one. What was it that made you choose the two of them to kind of collaborate on many first? And also, what does it look like for the future for the three of you?
You don't choose partners. I mean, you try and invest in the idea. If you like that idea, you slowly, gradually start developing it, and the idea keeps choosing partners on the way. See, we can't choose. I mean, if I have a bad film, I can't choose partners. It's a script which dictates, and slowly Jasmeet and Parvez wrote such a beautiful script. We have a dialogue writer, Vijay Varma, who gave such a rounded edge to all the characters. And when we took the film to Alia from, as I said earlier, from that, during that one narration, we could see that shift happening. So it's a first. I think the script chose everyone on this one.
Hi everyone. Congratulations to all of you. I'm Namita Sachdev. Anyone else is asking?
No, after you, Namita, we have...
Okay. So congratulations to all of you, first of all, to all the actors, producer, director, and multiple congratulations to you, Alia. You all look so promising and you're so powerful as an actor, all of you. My question goes to you first, Monica. This genre, like dark comedy, is not much tapped in India. It's untapped, or I can say not much explored in India. So how do you ensure that the audience are going to be interested in this new genre? Is it going to be a risk for you?
I think actually that is the most exciting part, because if you keep doing what you're always doing, you're not going to do anything, try anything different. I think the fact that it is a new genre, it is put together so cleverly, and so delightfully. It doesn't miss a beat. And, to have so many powerful voices from the writer, director, from the on-screen performers, from the producer, and then to really marry it with, I feel, and very humbly so, a platform like Netflix, it really is the right combination to be taking to the audience. And I think this is one of those films which is relevant for every audience, not just the Indian audience. It is relevant for every audience member out there across the world. So it is not a risk at all.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, this is Suhail here from AceBollywood. Alia, it's so good to see you, and a big congratulations to you, and the entire team. As the name suggests, eternal sunshine, you're looking like a sunflower, smiling, in fact, like, मुझे पूछना था कि रणबीर ने कहा था कि ड्यूरिंग कोविड टाइम उन्होंने कुछ लिखा है इनफैक्ट, लेकिन ही विश टू डायरेक्ट अ फिल्म इनफैक्ट. तो आने वाले दिनों में ऐसे लगता है कि आलिया भट्ट का प्रोडक्शन हाउस उनको मिलकर आप लोग कुछ करोगे, या यू विल बी एज अ प्रोफेशनल, लेट मी सी द स्क्रिप्ट फर्स्ट एंड देन आई विल डिसाइड लाइक वेदर आई विल बी, क्या कहोगी?
No, listen, it would be great. We did discuss it, in fact, and I actually said it, if you don't make me produce it, I will be very upset, So if you don't want to take me as an actor, it's totally fine. And he said, no, I need you. I need you. You're a tyrant. I need a tyrant. So as a joke, before anybody else gets whatever. So, of course, I will instantly, as I said, I'm a creative producer. So मैं अपने creative inputs writing stage पे दे के produce करूँगी.
Hi, Russell here from Bollywood Live.
Hi.
Many congratulations for all the things that Lipika ji and everybody has congratulated you for.
Thank you.
Also, as your first film as producer, how much of an input you had in choosing the rest of the cast as your co-actors?
See, I don't choose. In my opinion, casting should always, first, foremost, last, be the director's prerogative. But if I'm asked for my suggestion, I do give my suggestions. And it was a no-brainer, in my opinion, when I read the script. To me, first, I was like, listen, this is a mother-daughter story. That's what first jumped out to me. So I said, whoever plays the mother is supposed to be very important, because she's a young mother. So they were a very, very interesting dynamic. It's almost like a friendship. And both Jasmeet and I said, it'll be great if Shefali would be able to do it. And it all worked out perfectly. Similarly, with Vijay, I said, what do you think of Vijay? And I didn't know that Jasmeet was already, like, in her head, when she was writing it, she had thought of Vijay. So it all just worked out very, very, very smoothly. And when it came to Roshan, Jasmeet found him. They did a Zoom audition. She showed me his audition as well, and I was totally blown because he performed one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and he was absolutely fantastic. He's so unassuming. He's so brilliant. He's so simple. So yeah, I give inputs when asked, but choosing is not up to me. It's all.
Okay, Alia and Shefali on your right. On your right, here. यहाँ पे.
एक सेकंड उनका एक और
Sure.
Now that you co-produced this movie with the Badshah of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan Saab, hum sabka favorite, was the road just easier having such an experienced person whom you also shared screen space with before as a co-producer, or the initial stages was it also a little intimidating because he comes with this experience?
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, I'm so grateful and thankful. Incidentally, my first film, Student of the Year, also was Red Chillies. You know, Red Chillies was also part of that along with Dharma Productions. Similarly, my first film as a producer, I didn't have to think about it. In fact, Gaurav was like, even with Shah Rukh, when he said, you don't worry about it, just have fun and this will be great. And they just like held my hand through the technical producer aspect, and like I said, we shot just after the second wave, तो बहुत सारे COVID protocols हमको follow करने पड़े. We were in a bubble. It was very, very tight. It was very high, high stress at that time, but they just managed it so beautifully so that I could focus as an actor. And like I said, I've learned so much in this whole process.
Okay, on your right, Shefali and Alia. Here. Many congratulations to the team. Alia, triple congratulations to you from Dil Se.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
पहला सवाल मेरा शेफाली से रहेगा. Shefali ji, what do you want to say about this association? मतलब जहाँ पे first we have Delhi Crime, then we have Ajeeb Dastan, now we have Darlings. I know with this, the association with the platform, it has given you a new life as an actor. What do you want to say about it?
I completely agree with you. I mean, Delhi Crime, Netflix, it's actually, like you correctly said, given me a completely new life. And it's been the high point of my career. It's changed the face of my career, and it's been a learning point. And yes, there's DC, then there was Ajeeb Dasta, then there's Darlings, and there's DC again. I love this association, and I'm sure we're going to have a very long living relationship. I totally love it.
Correct. Alia, you are a darling of Bollywood and in media maybe, because the reason why is that you are one of those fearless person who doesn't shy away giving away your opinions. So first we have Darling, then we have Brahmastra, now Rocky Rani ki and Prem Kahani. Talking about Rocky Rani, your co-star in Singh has recently trolled for for posing nude on social media. What do you want to say about it?
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little nudged to not take that question unless
Alia would
like to.
I don't like anything negative said about my favorite Ranveer Singh. तो मैं ये question को मतलब बर्दाश्त भी नहीं कर सकती हूँ. I love him. He'll be eternally a favorite to every one of us actually, and he's given us so much at the movies, so we should only give him love. Thank you so much. नहीं, क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने कहा, मैं एक creative, I think of myself more as a creative producer, but yes, actually before taking this role on and before going, signing on Darlings, and I mean we had signed it on, but I just wanted to get more opinions. I gave the script to my father, and उनको बहुत अच्छी लगी, and in fact उन्होंने पहले कहा था, and I wish I had recorded this conversation, क्योंकि ये 2019 में उन्होंने कहा था pandemic से पहले कि मुझे लगता है तुम्हें ये फिल्म Netflix पे लेके जानी चाहिए. At that time he had said it. He said, I think it's that kind of film that will do very well on this kind of platform. और मुझे लगता है ये Netflix film होनी चाहिए. Very, you know how my father speaks and all of that. So in fact we had discussed it and it all worked out so beautifully. Yeah.
Thank you. And मेरी सोच with web, it opened my head particularly. I mean, yes, I'd watched shows, but DC completely blew me as a show, and then it was on Netflix. So I have nothing but the best sensations for Netflix or for OTT sensations.
Choice of
Feelings
words.
and sensations are coming. Very warm sensations are coming towards OTT platforms and Netflix. So I didn't have any ke kuch alag tha aur kuch alag hua. I mean, it's only gone beyond imagination, really, truly. I mean, you know, when DC happened, Vartika happened, I honestly did not have in my wildest dream thought that it's going to become so iconic. The show, the character, all of it. And it has to do
And
with...
win an international Emmy.
And to win an international Emmy. And it has to do, a huge part of it has to do with the fact that it was on Netflix and that it reached every corner of the world. So I mean, I'm like, I totally love it. I loves.
I think Vijay wants to add something to that.
No, I was going to say something cheeky at that time.
Sena.
I think you became a sensation after Delhi Crimes.
Oh, wordplay. Amazing. Alia.
I've obviously got it late. I was like, ये तो पता था.
Sensation.
No, I knew it.
That was sensational, Vijay.
Sensation.
Can't hear you.
Hello.
अभी क्योंकि सर ये फिल्म को मतलब डायरेक्ट टू OTT पे ही लाना है और ख़ासकर नेटफ्लिक्स के साथ ही, तो ये डिसीजन कैसे लिया था? क्योंकि इसमें आलिया जैसे सुपरस्टार हैं, शेफाली मैम जैसे और विजय जी जैसे मतलब पावर पैक्ड एक्टर हैं, तो क्यों ना इसको पहले हम सिनेमाघरों में लाएं देन OTT पे लाएं, या वो मतलब क्या डिसीजन था? नेटफ्लिक्स के साथ ही इसको
आप किससे
करना
पूछ रहे हो?
I think he's asking
वेंकी से.
Venki.
Okay. So, no, I think, see, as I was mentioning earlier, our outlook is all about partnerships and what is appropriate. And so when we were having the discussion internally, as well as, you know, it's funny that Alia just mentioned that what her father had said, Mr. Bhatt Sahab had said about taking it to. And so that instinct just reinforced our thought process, and internally when we discussed this, we felt that this type of a film would, with our long-standing partners, would probably be the ideal way for us to deliver it to the audience. So I think that decision became quite easy, and obviously the pandemic had something certainly to do with it, and we'd had certain types of course correction that we had to do in our whole thought process, but we're just very fortunate, and it's all come together brilliantly.
आलिया, आपसे भी यही सवाल था मेरा, या अमित अगेन
जी
कि मतलब क्या कुछ फिल्में जैसे गंगूबाई हैं या ब्रह्मास्त्र हैं या फिर शमशेरा हैं, वो सिर्फ बड़े पर्दे के लिए हैं पहले, और डार्लिंग जैसे फिल्म पहले डायरेक्ट टू OTT के लिए हैं, या आपका एक क्रिएटिव प्रोड्यूसर का मतलब जहन क्या कहता है?
जी, I think Darlings fits perfectly on a platform like Netflix. ये एक intimate watch है. It's not that kind of film that I need to see on the big screen. I can see it in the comfort of my home. I can see it alone. मैं लोगों के साथ में देख सकती हूँ. मैं काम, I can do, watch it on my way to work. It's that kind of intimate watch. और जैसे कि मोनिका पहले कह रही थी, I believe it has the potential to cut across the diaspora. So on day one, you are reaching so many homes across the globe. और वो एक ऐसी कहानी है जैसे कि हम जब नेटफ्लिक्स पे कंटेंट देखते हैं, कोई कोरियन कंटेंट देख रहा है, कोई स्पेनिश कंटेंट देख रहा है, you're consuming all kinds of content regardless of the language. So that's our hope and dream with a film like Darlings, because जो इसकी subject है और जिसका message है, I feel is a very universal message.
Yeah, and if I can just...
Or just me thia.
Yes, sir, sorry. Would you like a mic? Can some... Huh? So you can take my mic.
Yes, the question.
I know आपको film का idea.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I think that's a question.
idea.
उनका आइडिया कहाँ से आया?
जी मैम. Yes ma'am.
एक सेकंड सर.
I'm the director, yes ma'am.
Are you debuting? Yes.
Are
It's
you
my
debuting?
It's my first film, yes ma'am.
Very fantastic. How did this idea come about? I'm only doing this thing. Not only the idea. How did the direction come about to you?
आप जर्नलिस्ट में क्यों नहीं ट्राई करती?
How did direction come about to you? Jasmeet, please give this answer.
आज की host आ गई है आलिया पर मेरा mic ही बंद.
You can also go. No, ये script लिखी गई थी because I wanted to direct it. So I was very clear from the beginning, and I took it to Gaurav, and we took it to Alia, and they had faith in me, and they let me make this film. So yes.
Also, I want to add that Jasmeet has been writing for many, many years. Advait has been writing, and she's actually been trying to make a film for how many years?
7, 8.
7, 8 years. So
Yes.
there's like that patience is this that she's held
was
within
another
her.
script,
It's all come out on the screen.
There was another script I had written, which I was trying to make, and that was taking time. So I wrote Darlings, and somehow these lovely people came on board.
Great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this will be my final thank you. Otherwise, I can keep repeating.
Photo.
And cast, crew, powerhouse, everything. Producers, partners of Darlings. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Monica, Shefali, Alia, Jasmeet, Vijay, Gaurav, and Venki. Photo up.